Sixers made a game of it, but unfortunately down the stretch in the real guts of the game, the Pacers pull away. Sixers come up empty a lot on their offensive possessions. They don't get stops on the other end, and that spells, unfortunately, a 15-25 record right now for the Sixers. As we welcome you here, too. Sixers Postgame Live brought to you by Pure Auto Insurance. Amy Fadool and Marc Jackson. Marc, it's disappointing. I mean, we've talked about it, ad nauseum this season. We know the Sixers are shorthanded, but they have shown flashes where they can get in games. They cut it to single-digit leads. They get within 4 or 5 points. But unfortunately, you have too many times where you go down there and you don't come away with points, and then the other team goes on the other end and you have defensive lapses. Absolutely,
Amy. You get these lapses because, you have guys out there who's not used to playing big minutes, first and foremost. Secondly, they're role players for a reason. Respectfully, you need role players to be a successful team in this league. But that's you normally have more than one go-to type of guy. You have more options. A lot of times when you got your best 2 players out, your options, instead of going from 1, 2, 3, they're going down to your 6th or 7th or 8th man. And respectfully, they're in those positions for a reason. So it's difficult. And you get them lapses of times and minutes go by where you're not getting adequate shots or good enough shots. And it kind of puts you on a hole because in the other end, the team's scoring and the hole becomes deeper.
And listen, this Pacers team, we know they really do push that pace and they like to score at will. And you saw that with 115 points. But down the stretch, that is the subject of our Yingling Presents Lager Up. Yeah, lagers sound good right now because you're looking at a game that was a single-digit lead for the Pacers. You come all the way back, and then you just have all these empty possessions. Is this really more about, poor shot selection? Because the ball rotation was good on that, but maybe that's not who you want taking the shot.
Well, I don't think Council's the best three-point shooter right there. Good floater here. The Council shot, he's not a great shooter. But if everybody was here, he wouldn't be in that position. Right here, a guy who is a great shooter, Gordon.
Deep three.
You get those are good shots, actually. And they just didn't fall in right here. Maxey came for the ball. Council said, no, I have it. And then you get that shot. And I think sometimes that's what bites Council.
And then this one, it's a 3-for-0. So just like that, a 6-point lead balloons all the way up to a 12-point lead. It was 112-100. And you're looking at some of this, and you wonder how much of those kind of forced shots, where Ricky Council, not a great three-point shooter, feels the need to shoot a three because his team is struggling. They are down. They know they can't put up a lot of points. How much is it because they're pressed into action, so they feel pressed?
They absolutely feel pressed because they know this is their time to shine. And when they don't come to fruition, it kind of gets you down every possession at a time. And then the worst case scenario, you miss a shot and you've given up a shot on the other end, a bucket, it just makes it the hole deeper, and that's hard to climb out of.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's defeating, I think, when you think about it. And when you look at this, the way that this Pacers team runs, and they do run, we know about their pace, but they share the ball at a really high clip. Tyrese Halliburton, top 5 in assists at over 9 per game, and obviously he tacked on a bunch again in this one. He had 9 assists. But overall, they had 30, the Pacers did. The Sixers, one of the least passing teams as far as assists go. Is that about personnel right now? Is that about people trying to do a lot of ISO ball? What do you think that's about?
So let me answer that for you like this. The reason why the Pacers assists are so high, and because they play together. They haven't had many injuries on their team. Guys are gelling. They know where to be. They develop a rhythm how they play. So it's easy to make those assists because you know where guys are going to be and what guys are going to, when they're going to cut, not cut, because you play and you develop a rhythm together. Six, on the other hand, guys in and out the lineup. It's like you can't run certain sets because you have sets designed to have certain players in there. And it's hard to get that rhythm, maybe. And it means so much to be able to gel and play with guys in game time situations.
And the other thing that goes with that is because all these guys, these role players, are forced into many minutes, sometimes starters, the bench is really bereft. And the Pacers did not have that problem. T.J. McConnell, we were talking in the fourth quarter, it seems like he couldn't miss in this one. You're coming off the bench. He's only 10 points, but he's a plus 12 for the game. Very timely buckets, 5 of 7 from the field. He comes up with another 3 assists, a couple of rebounds, a couple of steals. He's a guy that has always filled out that box score and does all the stuff that you need someone to do as a really important role player.
And he's great at being that role player, and they can count on him because he's always healthy. And when he's always healthy, he's in there and he's playing with the second unit, and he's keeping the team afloat. And not just keeping it afloat. Look at this. Look at this. He does these little things, Amy.
It's a heads-up play.
This is winning plays right here. These are winning plays right here, and that's what guys like this do.
I mean, you're looking at, they had like 50 points off the bench almost, and the Sixers, they barely got to double digits off the bench. That's never a recipe for success. but it's such a balanced attack with the Pacers. Is that one of the things the Sixers are missing, that balance? Yeah, Maxey had 28, and you had 18 from Council and 18 from Kelly Oubre, but beyond that, there's not a whole lot of scoring.
It's easier to be balanced when you have multiple guys that are in your lineup. So they're playing with house cards. They have all their guys healthy, all their guys playing significant time, all their guys been playing significant time together in games. So they build up a trust, they build up a rhythm, build up a flow. That flow is so important. On the other hand, you look on the other path, it's like hard to see, okay, who's going to give us that tonight? But now let's turn it around like this. These guys are getting on-the-job training. I mean, Ricky, Council, Edwards, Bona. These guys got to mature fast. They got to be able to contribute, and not just contribute at an okay level. They got to step up. Mm-hmm. And like I told you, I'll tell a story about a guy who's a rookie year, got paid because he stepped up when guys got hurt, and he have a long career. It's very important these guys take advantage of this.
You know who that gentleman was? Who's this guy? Back with a look inside the box score. Wow, 53% overall. You can see three-pointers, nothing really special there, but rebounding, assists, the bench points, 52 to 26. I mean, they had 3 guys that scored 12 points off the bench. Off the bench, Sixers have 4 guys in double figures, period. That's never a recipe for success. You can see turnovers. They turned the ball over quite a bit, but the Sixers unable to capitalize. We went over all of those empty possessions, especially late. I'm sure Nick Nurse is going to be asked about a lot of those things. Let's check in with him in Indianapolis.
Obviously hung in there until the final minutes. Just what do you feel like was the biggest difference down the stretch?
Well, listen, we got it to 106-100, and I think we had 2, if not 3 possessions to get it back to 1 possession. I think all 3 of them were wide open threes, and we didn't hit a 1, right? So pretty happy that we continued to execute and you know, let the play develop and find the open shooter, and we did. We just needed one of those to go, but they didn't. And then for the rest of it, again, like you said, pretty good. You know, good start, good effort. They got ahead. We battled back, cut it, take a lead. You know, like hung in there really good on a lot of things. Probably just a little bit of rim breakdowns there for a little stretch, and a little bit of offensive rebounding breakdowns is probably it. But we, you know, again, we did some really good things. We turned them over 18 times. We hung in there, kept battling back. I thought, again, we handled most of their pressure pretty good. Would we have 9 turnovers? I thought we didn't let it bother us. I thought we got into some decent execution offensively, etc., but just not quite enough probably at the rim on the defensive end.
What did you make of it, just being in?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I think that both say Dem and then Ricky, you know, I think they're early on. It was moving a little quick for them, but they kind of hung in there, got into the flow of the game, both of them, and then showed pretty well of themselves throughout the rest of the game, right? I think you know, Bona, you know, had some nice late cuts to the basket and made some great reads on the blitzing as well. He took one out of the blitz and dunked it. He took the next one and kicked it out for a wide open 3. So some good development and growth there from him. And then again, I thought he was on the offensive glass for us as well. So he was once he settled in, he got into a good feel for the game.
Yeah, I was going to ask, it was about a week and a half ago when we talked about that Phoenix game where he had a good first half, not a good second half. Like, even just bigger picture, where do you feel like he's kind of grown even just in that week and a half?
Yeah. I think again, like that's, you know, he's a rookie, he's young. Again, just remembering how like hard he has to play like every single possession, right? And again, like there's some big dudes that he's playing against that are veterans that are gonna you know, big guys are kind of notorious for being physical, right? And you got to be able to handle that and play through it at both ends. Again, I think it's just a growth process for him, and hopefully he is growing a little bit.
What made you go with Ricky in the starting lineup tonight?
Yeah, just decided to go there with Ricky. Thought I'd just let him get out there with the, the best group of guys to start and see if he could settle in with that group and go from there. And obviously we brought Justin fairly quick. I think it's those two guys. It was probably between them. But I thought both of those guys played well, Ricky and Justin.
What did you make of Jeff? It kind of looked like whenever Jeff was out there, like it was organized.
Yep.
That's a little bit. Just what did you kind of?
Yeah. So again, it gives us a chance to get Tyrese off the ball a little bit. I think Jeff's been playing a lot better here recently, and that is definitely his job, to ensure that we get ourselves organized and get into something. And it isn't easy against this team to get into something. So that was even they're pressuring all up the floor the whole game, and you got to handle that, and then still get across and try to organize people and stuff. But I thought he did a good job of that, and that's what we need him to do. Obviously found some, got into the paint, found some shooters, things like that as well, made some good plays.
And I guess just looking ahead to tomorrow, do you have any idea about Paul or Gershon? I do not.
I guess I haven't checked with those guys yet, but I'm hopeful that they're day to day, and when another day goes by, they'll be good enough to go. Yep. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Talking a little bit about Paul George and Gershon Yabusele day to day. Well, the next day is the next game. Obviously, they're going to Milwaukee tonight and have the Bucks tomorrow night. So it'd be nice if the next day is when they're going to be available. Obviously, they were not both available tonight. We did see a Dembona. We did see Andre Drummond. So those are the good things. We also saw plenty of Tyrese Maxey, and we're going to talk about him coming up.